Well, then let's continue. What? No. 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 I think it was this. Let's go here. Yeah, I told you. I already did that. So, we already went there, right? We already did everything here. We didn't check that sarcophagus.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
It is. Okay, so honestly, it's been a while since I recorded the last part, so I don't really remember where I left off. Like, what do we need to do now? I'm pretty sure that we need to find Lobino first. But there is a way to get into the sarcophagus. Let's try it out. Let's see if... Because right now we don't still want to get the tripod, right?
Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill, and the fat falls on the open flames. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled, and it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
Okay, I forgot all about that. That is not what I wanted to do. So how to... Yep, okay. You can open it. You just have to do it while he's not noticing. So now he goes there, he's busy doing that, and I can be here just... Yep, but we still don't need to do this.
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought would happen. It's still too early for that. Now we know that we can do that though. And we need to find Lobino, but oh yeah, Nico also said try to go to the police, but we've already talked to the police. We already talked to Rosso, and he's not here right now either.
Sergeant Moo?
Yes.
I don't know.
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes.
Right, that's why.
He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
That's why we need to go here.
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic. In the Avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
See you later, Sergeant.
Okay, I did remember that we needed to go to the hospital, but I didn't remember how to get the information. Nico literally told us how. So, yeah, I'm just that dumb. Let's go to the hospital. Hello?
The guy seemed to be practicing his air of authority. Today, he was working on his withering stare. Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
He's
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
What time is it?
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
Okay, but why? Like, what time is it? Can we wait?
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense.
Well, when you say it like that,
Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Could you tell me who Marquet's
wow,
employers
that
are?
sounds so
Certainly
different.
not.
Okay, so now that we talked about all about Marquet, let's do what a sane person would do in this situation and rummage through my pockets and show everything to this random guy I don't even know and clearly hates us.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, sir. I do not pretend to know the pharmacist's job.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir. I do not.
Do you recognize this red nose, sir?
No, I do not. This is a hospital, not a circus ring. We minister to the sick in body, not the sick in mind.
Wow! That is a take and a half on clowns, which I won't say anything about it. But,
What do you make of this tissue, sir?
If I were you, I'd have the sample analyzed.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, it must have so many germs and diseases on it at this point.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
Okay.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
Sacre bleu! That's exactly what I needed in my last operation.
It is?
I had to improvise with a knitting needle and a couple of corks. If only you'd been on hand at the time. My patient would have given his right arm for it.
What would you have done? Did your sorry? Did your patient have a manhole cover on him? I guess.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamat?
No, sir, I have not.
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
Look at this, Doc. It's a genuine medieval type gemstone.
And we're just trying to get
So I
around.
see. Remarkable.
I have to take this gem to Marquet. He might be able to explain its
Okay.
significance.
My dear chap, Marquet has other things on his mind right now.
Like what?
His catheter, for one.
Why is it on his mind
Thanks
and
for your
not,
help.
on his privates?
Excuse me.
Whoa, that's so different.
Yes, sir.
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plants. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
She doesn't sound really French. Okay, let's do all of this before talking about Marquet.
Is this plaster any use to you?
I'm
Whoa!
allergic to plaster.
He's loud. They're both loud. They weren't a second ago.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
What does this false nose remind you of?
Oh, it's a clown's nose.
Yeah, very perspective.
Can you think of any use for this greasy tissue?
I guess you could use it to baste a roast turkey.
Ugh, I hope not.
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Is it a crack detector?
Huh?
Polar explorers use them to poke about in the snow.
Oh no.
Everybody has a different idea on what it is. I mean, to be fair, if I saw it, I wouldn't say, "Oh, it's a man." I would now, but I wouldn't just go, "Oh, it's a manhole cover remover," or whatever. A T-shaped. It's called a T-shaped tool. So, I mean, if anything, just go generic, and you will be correct. I mean, as far as I know.
Have you heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds romantic, doesn't it?
Does it? Does it really?
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Ooh.
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see.
Heck, I forgot about that, because otherwise I would have left it
He
for
was
last.
on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's Nurse Grendel's ward.
Oh, we didn't talk about him. I should have done that for last, but I didn't know. At this
What
point.
does this gem suggest to you?
I advise you not to flash that around.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, I didn't say it in the end, but I was thinking it when we showed it to the other guy, but then he said, "Oh, I need to get it to Marquet," so I guess that makes sense. But, like, just don't show it to everybody.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
So why
If
is
Nurse
she even
Grendel
here?
is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
Yeah.
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J.
Jealous? Like, of what? How? How do you get that from what she's saying?
How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
I'm already lost. I hope you remember that, George.
Thanks for your
because
help,
I
ma'am.
will not.
You're welcome.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Oh my god, yes, I remember. I mean, I think I already... I think I remember what we need to do here as well. But let's talk to him first.
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
Oh my god, you're horrible.
It's a deal.
Okay, now I don't know if I want to go with the items first, because it didn't work out last time, but let's try it.
Do you recognize this powder?
Is that dandruff?
No way.
It sure looks like dandruff.
It's plaster.
Ugh.
And why would dandruff have been better?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Who is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know? You haven't told me who he is.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No.
Take a look at this red nose.
Are you a policeman?
No, this is a clown's nose, not a policeman's.
Do policemen have? How how did you make that connection? I worry about you.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
You have a cold. What you need is vitamin C.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not until I've washed, if you don't mind, sir.
Would this tool be any use to you?
No, sir. Mr. Shiny has no user-serviceable parts. Whatever that means.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, what does that mean?
Do you recognize this matchbook?
You should never, ever play with matches.
I know that, but
People get hurt when they do. They end up in hospital, like the burger lady. She was so burned up, they didn't know whether to use bandages or onions.
Oh, okay. It got me a while, but I got there in the end.
do you recognize this pass?
No, I don't. Should I?
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
How so? Would you have cleaned him up?
What do you think of this, Sam?
Oh, boy. What is it?
A priceless gemstone found in a medieval castle in Ireland. Get me into Marquet's ward, and it's yours.
I don't wear jewellery.
If this gem was yours, you'd be able to buy 100 Mr. Shinies.
Don't be silly. There's only one Mr. Shiny.
He sure is. There sure is only one.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the quarters?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Okay, let's talk about Mr. Shiny. He has a shining personality.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you? I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them
wonder
snorking
why.
behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull through.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
Well then, so I'm pretty sure this is the word.
Oui, monsieur.
Is this Ward J2?
It is, but you're not supposed to be here. We have strict rules about visiting hours.
Can't you make an exception? I've come all the way from California.
You must speak to the doctor.
I can't wait that long. What if he snuffs it?
You can't talk like that here. This is a hospital. You will have to leave.
I forgot she had such a beautiful voice. But yeah, that is why we can't go in there immediately. In theory, we're supposed to go into this closet.
Hey now, you can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
So, in order to do that,
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Huh, it's not letting me do anything. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're talking. It looks really good in a doctor's coat.
Hello.
Oh, hi! No whistling, right?
Right. Are you having trouble with Mr. Shiny?
Yes, I am. I don't know what's got into him today. He keeps pulling his plug.
He keeps pulling his plug. Why did it happen another time?
What's the problem with Nurse Grendel?
She's uptight and twisted on account of a broken heart.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought she was just plain bad-tempered.
That also. By the way, sir, I wouldn't stand too close to Mr. Shiny's grease valve. If he has an emission, it'll take the shine clean off your shoes. Say, nice sneakers.
Thanks.
Okay.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.